The year is 1983, March 8th. Ronald Reagan gave his famous Evil Empire address. And what he said, there were a lot of criticisms coming from around the world when there was a debate about morality and what should be our compass, how we should proceed for the next generation. He said, what about the 10 Commandments? The 10 Commandments transcends. It was given to Moses on Mount Sinai. And if you go against these principles, these ideals, I would really crush your morality. And Russia at this time has right now advocated the opposite of the 10 Commandments. Why do they do this? And let's look at every commandment and what it is and why they do that. My name is Mark Biernat. I'm a monetary economist. In this video, we're going to talk about how Russia violates every single 10 Commandment purposely. I'm not talking about individuals in Russia. I'm not talking about the race of Russian people. I am talking about the Kremlin-led despotism, imperialism of Russia, which seems to have existed for about, 500 years. So let's see if they do. And if you disagree, again, these 10 Commandments are so universal, even like a Buddhist would affirm most of them. And you can make parallels in the Quran with these 10 Commandments. I don't think they reject it. I think, in fact, there's parallels, this Judeo-Christian framework. I think even ethical atheists would affirm most of them or a lot of them, and even the ones they don't affirm, they would respect. So Ronald Reagan gave this speech for a reason, and it was a very intelligent way to show that leadership and the involvement of leadership needs a moral compass, and not a compass set by an agenda, but by something that transcends humanity. The first one, commandment number 1, you shall have no other gods before me. Russia violates this with Putinism, the elevation of the state, the cult of supreme leadership above God and morality. And we're going to look into what this is. So this cult of Putinism, Tsarism, leadership, and loyalty and swearing oath to the leader comes before God in Russia. That's the opposite of commandment number 1. You shall make no graven images. And they idols. They mean that in the respect of, what does Russia do? The Z symbol. Soviet nostalgia. These are the type of things that they're trying to promote that are not of God. You shall not take the name of the Lord God in vain. And when they declared a spiritual mission, a holy war, a struggle, and they use it in the name of violence, they'll kill in God's name. Isn't that taking the Lord's name in vain? It's expansionist. Remember to keep the Sabbath holy. And in no way, shape, or form have they done that on any holy day, on Easter, on Orthodox Easter, Western Easter, on Sundays, have they stopped their blitz on civilians. You shall honor your mother and father, sacrificing Russia's younger generation, dishonoring the lives of families by sending their children to suffer. This is not honoring your mother and father. The greatest way you can honor your mother and father is not make their mistakes. If they were a Z zealot or something, you'd be the opposite. And I do hold humanity complicit in this. If you're not against the Kremlin's ideas, you're basically with them. A lot of people are neutral, they didn't vote, they, see it, stick their head in the sand, kind of like this economic nationalism. It's not in our interest. It isn't. Mankind is your interest. Jacob Marley to the Scrooge. When Jacob Marley is condemned to eternity. You shall not murder. That is clear that is what Russia is advocating. against civilians. There was something horrible that just went down. I don't even want to describe it in Ukraine, but it happens every day. Now, Ukrainians are not murdering. They're preventing the murder. They're defending the loss of innocent lives. They're protecting women and children and sacrificing their own safety and lives to protect women and children. The aggressors, the invaders are. Thou shalt not commit adultery. And we know the Russians are being sentenced and convicted, and we have data and information and files and evidence of systematic use of sexual violence in the territories, using force and weapons. Thou shalt not steal. Not only grain and artifacts and culture and children and deportation. What about the land, Crimea, Donbass, Luhansk? And claims to further, you shall not covet what is not yours. Thou shalt not bear false witness. The Kremlin's propaganda machine and all those in the West who parrot it are responsible for doing that. And I do believe that they will be, when in front of the Almighty, they will be asked to account for that and why they're doing that. You shall not covet anything of your neighbors. Desire to possess Ukraine's territory using words like sphere of influence, geopolitical prestige and position over independence and sovereignty. So these are 10 commandments. If you have an issue with that, I question your moral compass. And again, there are exceptions, of course, like the ethical atheists may not affirm the first few, but they may respect it. Buddhist, Taoist, I'm very well read on world religions. And, to some extent, although I'm Roman Catholic, Christian, religion is a language. We all speak different languages. It's an expression of the ultimate meaning of reality. In the words of Carl Jung, few problems that he ever, or none, he said, over a certain age, it's all a spiritual struggle. And when you reach a certain age, I'm a little bit of a time traveler. 1983, I remember it clearly. I was an adult. I always wanted to be a time traveler. Apparently, God giving me some longevity, I am. After a certain age, your life becomes just simply a spiritual journey. And Russia, the state of Russia, is diametrically opposed to that. And the leaders, they've sworn an oath to the Dark Lord. So if in any way, shape, or form you're neutral or do not support Ukraine, I question where your implicit oath is. So the 10 Commandments advocated by President Ronald Reagan in 1983 as a code of morality for democracy and making freedom and the world a better place for future generations is something that Russia and the Kremlin is going 100% against. Why is this important? Because every single day I pick up the headlines and read the news and, go through this, and it hurts my heart because I do want future generations to have a better world than I came into. I was a Cold Warrior. I was born into the Cold War. Kennedy, all this, John F. Kennedy, in the 60s. I saw what was going on. And if you have any strap of idealism left, you understand where I'm coming from. Ukraine will win this because good wins over evil. I say sometimes evil has its day and it's strung out, but you cannot go against these commandments. It's like a child, they put their hand over a flame and they get burned because they have ignorance. They don't understand that, there are certain rules and laws to protect society and themselves. And that's what the 10 Commandments are. I think the most important one is, number one, that you should not have any gods before me. And you should meditate on this. That isn't that what Russia is doing with their, let's call them the upgraded KGB, with all the people who follow them, with all the spokespeople and people who fear What did the early Christians have to do to sacrifice for that morality? Weren't they thrown in with the lions, so to speak, metaphorically and literally? If I was a Russian, and you really are living in, metaphorically, the Third Rome, questionable, debatable, through historical parallels, where would you stand in history? My name is Mark Biernat. I'm a monetary economist. Have a beautiful day. Thank you very much.